All right, we're at Memorial Stadium in Lawrence, where the Kansas Jayhawks just deposited the goalpost in Potter Lake, a few hundred yards from the stadium. That's what they do to celebrate monumental wins in football, and you could classify this as monumental. The Jayhawks beating the Sooners for the first time since 1997, 38-33. I'm Guerin Emig with Sellout Crowd. Eli Lederman is here with me, Jenny Carlson. We're going to throw you a bunch of content on selloutcrowd.com between now and when we get out of here in a few hours. You've got plenty to decipher and to read between now and the end of your night. In the meantime, something to chew on, this video reaction to what we saw over 4.5 hours of weather-delayed football. Eli, where do you start, man?
Gosh, where do you start, right? Because this game had it all. It had a pick six on Dylan Gabriel's third throw. It had a 58-minute weather delay. It had the Sooners at times playing really impressive, inspired football, but more often playing error-laden, undisciplined, and ultimately losing football. And you said it, they came here, haven't lost to Kansas since 1997. This was a day that we knew was going to be a challenge. We know that this KU team is not the KU of the past. However, in the context in which we've been talking about Oklahoma for the last few weeks, college football playoff, running the table, going unbeaten against a schedule that was not on its surface especially daunting, all that after this trip to Kansas is now not just put into question, but the playoff rankings come out Tuesday. All that is not what it was this morning when they kicked off here in Lawrence, and I don't think a lot of folks would have bet on that.
There's some things that in the short term OU's got to take care of, or they're going to lose all of their goals between now and the end of the regular season. They're going to have trouble winning at Oklahoma State next Saturday in the final Bedlam for a while, right? I mean, there's a bigger picture to get to, and we'll do that as we move through the week and into the next few days. But short term, this is a team with all of a sudden some glaring issues that maybe they got away with in winning, especially in beating Texas a couple of weeks ago and making everyone pretty happy and pretty excited about where this was headed. But offensive inconsistency on a day they finally discovered a go-to running back with Tawi Walker running for 146 yards. Isn't it weird to talk about discombobulation by the offense, but here we are, and that's due to what we thought would be the thing that carried this offense through this season. It was the passing game that really bogged down here today.
Well, Dylan Gabriel attempted, I think, 19 throws. That's, if it's not the lowest of his career, it's got to be close to it. The weather certainly didn't lend itself to a big aerial day, but I think it was striking that at points in this game it seemed like Kansas was more comfortable taking shots with its backup quarterback Jason Bean than Jeff Levy was with Dylan Gabriel, and a guy that people, he still is in the Heisman Trophy conversation. That to me is striking. And I think the thing, the defense today, there were a lot of errors. We talked about discipline. You can point to the 3 personal fouls on one drive, including one on the coaching staff on the bench. That hurt the Sooners. But I can see where this defense can plug the holes.
Mm-hmm.
The offense right now, I think you really struggle to square where they're going. I mean, the run game gets sorted while Tawi Walker's healthy and available. Last week he was out with a suspension. He missed most of the second half today with an ankle injury. But They just simply weren't moving the ball. It wasn't inspired in any way. The play calling seemed stale. I mean, how do you square what has happened to this offense and where they go from here?
Yeah, it can't just be that you lose Andrew Anthony receiver and all of a sudden again the big play is absent. There's too much talent at receiver. Gabriel is having too good a season despite what happened here today. So there's some introspection upcoming, I think, for Jeff Levy in particular. He had a bad day. It was a really bad day. And the staff had a bad day, Eli. It wasn't just Levy's occasionally mystifying play calling, handing it to Jaleel Farouk, only to see Farouk fumble the ball.
Tawi Walker was averaging 6.9 yards per
carry.
Walker
out of the rotation for long stretches, right? Not doing anything with Ethan Downs' interception, not doing enough at other plays made by the defense. This was a bad day for Jeff Levy, but it was kind of a bad, lousy day for the coach and staff just in general. And it was sort of typified by a 15-yard penalty on KU's second half, third quarter, I think, go-ahead touchdown drive for unsportsmanlike conduct on the bench, which Brett Venables confirmed was for talking smack to the officials.
Absolutely. And I've got a visitor here in the visiting coach's press room. That's what I was reacting to. But not to cut off your point. One more on Jeff Levy. I don't know what the rain or Andrew Anthony or Tawi Walker's availability have to do with running that dang jet sweep with Gavin Freeman.
Hmm.
That to me,
Well,
you said typified. It was early in the second half, right? They ran it again on. They had so many opportunities today for this not to be the game it became,
hmm.
and that's easy to say when a team makes mistakes over and over, and that's what this performance was.
Yep.
But you looked at the points in this game where Oklahoma could have pulled away, or burned clock on a drive, gotten downfield and scored, rather
Hmm.
than what they wound up doing. And that to me, early in the second half, you run a jet sweep with Gavin Freeman
Yeah.
that puts him. It's a 3rd and 2, let's say, and he starts 5 yards from the marker because of where you put him. Those
Yeah.
are some of the decisions today that, as you put it, on a very bad day, really cost them.
Yep. When a team's undisciplined, and that's the word that Venables will land on moving forward, then to me, you right to, well, who's responsible for that? That's a staff getting the team ready to play. Players Players got to carry that stuff out. I get it, but discipline even more than execution to me is a mentality with that, and that's got to be established by the adults in the room. The coaches were paid to do so. Listen, there's a lot of stuff we're going to again play off of this game and this performance as we move through the week and toward Bedlam. Please join us as we do so. Eli's going to be writing a lot about, again, the aftermath of today, but also the build up to next Saturday. Jenny Carlson, Barry Trammell, the Hutchins twins, all going to be coming hard with Bedlam copy and coverage this week. So don't miss any of it on selloutcrowd.com. We'll give you as well podcasts like this one, however brief this was. We'll build on, again, what we told you today and try to come up with explanations and possibilities for a team that's now got a loss this season. The Sooners out of the running, it would seem, to a college football playoff, but with still a lot to play for moving forward. So we'll get you covered. Stay with us. Please, everyone, stay well, stay dry back home in Oklahoma, and we'll talk to you soon.